What up, YouTube? So, stopped at the shower. I'm in Grand Junction, Colorado. About to get some food, some gas, and head on to my drop in Aurora, Colorado. YouTube, what's going on with you, man? It's been a while since I've been on YouTube, right? The reason I haven't been on YouTube, man, is partly because I've been busy and I've been lazy. Y'all know I'm over the road. So when I do get a chance to get to the home, I don't want to do nothing but just relax. But that's neither here nor there. Neither here or there. So let me give you guys an update. So right now I'm in Geismar, Louisiana, or St. Gabriel, Louisiana. Let's see, a lot of stuff been going on. That video I threw up, that was actually back in January, sometime in January. As y'all seen it, I'm gonna continue to. I got some videos that I made prior to this video I'm making today. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw those up, just detailing, the ending of that situation. And then I think I got one more. I got pretty much, there's other videos coming, but it's gonna be, it happened, I think January or February. So, but yeah, an update with me, man. I almost turned the truck in. So let me tell you about that first. So basically, I was in Livonia, Michigan. All right, so I'm done driving for the day. I do my 10-hour break, and in the morning I go to turn on my Qualcomm. I go to turn on my truck, my Qualcomm. Y'all know the Qualcomm, when it boots up, it shows the window screen, and then it goes to the MECP screen or whatever. It did that twice, and then went dead. So I'm like, all right. I tried it a few times. It wasn't working. So me not wanting to get pulled over by DOT and be looking crazy, like, hey, where's your logs? And my damn Qualcomm's there, so I started doing paper logs. By the way, paper logs, I see why people like it, but it's hard. Well, it's not hard. It's kind of like a pain, because with the electronic log, you just set it and forget it. You can go, you know what I'm saying? If you need to go back and edit, it's fine. But you gotta, with paper logs, I only did it for 2 days, so I'm pretty sure if I was at a job where I had to do paper logs, I get the hang of it. It'd be nothing. But I don't know. It's kind of, I prefer e-logs, put it like that. But yeah. So I started doing paper logs. So that was on a Thursday. So Friday goes, Qualcomm's still not working. Saturday comes, around 12 o'clock, the Qualcomm starts working again. So I'm like, all right, cool. So, and then I think Monday comes around, I start using the Qualcomm, business as usual. Monday comes, I get a call from Log Audit. Y'all know the bullshit's gonna start now, right? I get a call from Log Audit. They saying, so back in on Thursday, you was in Livonia, and it looks like you teleported to Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm like, no, my Qualcomm wasn't working, whatever. And I'm like, and then they was like, did you do a paper log? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, you need to send that over immediately. So I was, I didn't get a chance to send it over, So then I think, where was I? I was in I was in Memphis. I was headed to Cordell, Georgia. So like 4 o'clock that day, I get a call. I get a message on my Qualcomm, because it's working now. I get a message on my Qualcomm saying, hey, you need to go see Dan from safety at the ATL yard. I'm like, all right, cool. All right, I wonder what I think I'm thinking it's something to do with the log. So I call him to see what's, if you can tell me, talk about it on the phone. He said, oh yeah, I'll see you when you get here. When will you be here? I'm like, oh shit. And they didn't want to tell me over the phone, so I'm like, ah shit. So I go into the, I pull into the yard or whatever. And they're like, yeah, so we need your logs for the past 2 days. So I give them to him. He's all shaking, going through the logs and stuff. Long story short, they thought that I tampered with the Qualcomm. Like they thought I tampered with the Qualcomms. I didn't get an authorization to run paper logs. I didn't know that. I needed authorization, but he says it's in my contract. I still got to go through my contract and actually verify that. I should have had him point that out at the time, but they threatened to cancel the contract. Whatever. I had to sign something saying that if it happens again, they're gonna pull the contract. And I'm speaking with the safety guy. He's like, I'm gonna be honest with you, we don't believe a word you're saying. And I'm like, and they're like, you didn't even call. You didn't. No one knew about this. Who did you call? And I'm like, I called my dispatcher. I called road breakdown. Road breakdown transferred me over to someone else. Some guy named John. And they was trying to figure out where's the nearest place I can get the Qualcomm fixed. Because I was told you get Qualcomms fixed in Jackson. Apparently, you can get them fixed at across the United States. I think there was a spot in Canton, Ohio, North Carolina. Yeah, places like that, or Memphis, Tennessee. So I was gonna, I didn't know, I was still in Livonia at the time, so I didn't know which way they were gonna. I didn't get my pre-plan, so I didn't know which way they were gonna send me. So I said, okay, let me get my, hold on, let me get back with my dispatcher and find out, which way they're gonna send me or whatever. So, so I just kept rolling. And it's not like, so they pretty much saying, hey, we don't believe you, blah, 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 blah. They made me sign some shit saying if it happens again, the contract's going to be terminated. I'm like, all right, whatever. So then it's like, oh, yeah, and you need to bring the truck to the shop. They're going to check out your Qualcomm. And they're like saying, yeah, he can receive messages, but yeah, his logs aren't working. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. How does that make sense? Obviously, anyway, I'm just like, if I got to fucking sit here and prove, what I'm saying, what I'm like, whatever, man. So I go to the shop or whatever, and no one's coming out. So I'm like, man, listen, I'm saying at this point, I'm ready to just bobtail to the house, clean my truck out, take it back to the yard, and be done with it. So I go home. Well, I go to the gate or whatever. They say, no, we can't let you go. I'm like, what? You don't let me go? So the safety guy standing there like looking and shit like I did something wrong or something. But I mean, I'm paying no on the truck, so why is it an issue if I leave the yard or whatever? Anyway, so some guy, I think it's like Greg or whatever. He's this is at the ATL yard. So some of y'all KLRM drivers or ex KLRM drivers may know, but Greg pulls up. He's like, hey, you the guy that needs to get his Qualcomm checked out? I'm like, yeah. So they put me in the first bay. They could pull me up in there. The tech is like, man, they trying to fucking ram you. They acting like you stole $100,000. I'm like, show me what I did wrong. Prove it that I tampered with the Qualcomm, because I ain't did shit wrong. Why? It's not like I had a $2,500 mile run and I was trying to shave time or something like that. So I'm like, what you gonna find? Let me know what you find. You know what I'm saying? So he looked it up. Was like, hey man. I asked the tech who was switching out the Qualcomm. He says it happens all the time. Apparently, it wasn't a 99.9% error, operator error, like the safety guy was saying. So I'm like, So at this point, I'm like, all right, cool. They're pretty much saying I'm a liar. I didn't call no one when I called three different departments. So at this point, I'm like, I can't. How am I gonna do business with a company that's pretty much calling me a liar when I know I called someone and told them about this. So so after they get done changing my Qualcomm, they put a new Qualcomm in. It's still slow as hell. So I go to the gate. They still don't want to let me up. So I'm like, I'm not getting out this truck. So about 5 minutes passed. They let me go through. I went straight to the house. I'm about to clean up my truck and go back up to Jackson, hand them their keys. I already got someone else lined up. I'm not gonna disclose that. But yeah, so next day Kurt calls me. That's my dispatcher. He calls me the next day. Hey, so what's your ETA to Tifton, Georgia? I'm like, I'm turning my truck in, man. He's like, why would you do that? I'm like, man, because pretty much safety's sitting here telling me that I'm a liar. They called me liars. I didn't do this when I know I did. I obviously, I called you and all this stuff. He's like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Is there something I can do? I'm like, nah, man. It's You know what I mean? I can understand if I did something wrong, but I didn't do anything wrong. And where's the proof if I did do something wrong? So I hung up with. He's like, oh yeah, is there anything else I can do, man? I'm like, I'm good, man. So he's like, sorry about that. So about a half hour later, I get a call from another guy, I think Jeff Brown, or something like that. I guess he's over the beat. He's in Terrell, Texas. I guess he's over that whole section of that side of the company or whatever. He's like, oh yeah. So apparently he's an ex-driver. He's been driving for a while or whatever. He's saying, oh, let us try one time to make things right. I'm like, yeah, man, but if safety's got it in for you and they can't even prove what they're talking about, I mean, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, so like, oh, give us one more chance. You go to a same company, it's gonna be the same thing. I'm like, nah. Well, probably the same thing, but I definitely have more control where I'm going next as far as picking load. So, but what I'm saying, I'm just like, I was like, all right, I'll give it 2 more weeks. I'll give it 2 more weeks or whatever. So that's where we're at right now. That was 10 minutes of me just yapping. But I just want to give y'all an update what's going on right now. Like I said, I'm in Geismar, Louisiana right now. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm in Geismar, headed to Houston. I should have a load over the weekend. I should have a load. Running through the weekend or whatever. So anyway, I want to say y'all thanks for watching. Appreciate you watching. If you got this far, like I said, appreciate you watching. Shout out to the viewers who watch me. Ken the Trucker, shout out to you, Ken the Trucker. What's the other guy's name? Andrew Ward. What's going on, brother? Andrew Ward. And what's the guy's name? I forget. Pretty much shout out to everyone who watches my channel and interacts with the channel. Appreciate that. And all right, now I'm just rambling right now. So I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.